Let's have a temporary system, temporary structure, temporary constitution. Why? We need 20 years to fix this. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, right? Now, what we're saying is that 20-year period is a period where we do whatever it takes to get to that picture. Remember, we studied our environment. And then out of that study, this is where we want to go. It's visioneering. This is where we want to go. Now, how do we do that? What type of... Don't jump up and down and act crazy. Look, you got science, engineering, technology. You got advertisement that can sell ice to Eskimos, psychologically, right? You need this, that, and another. They've been doing it over 100 years. Edward Bernays kicked in a long time ago. But they always had some type of advertisement. This, to move people from needs to wants. Years ago, people was always motivated by needs, not wants. We need such and such. There's a few little wants here and there, but you were motivated by needs. Edward Bernays said, throw that out the window. And those wants is what produced overproduction and this stupid stuff we're doing now. Everybody is moving off of wants. They waste 35% of their food. They waste 35% of the fruits in Brazil. They just waste. Waste. We can make a better world. We can make a world with not too many penitentiaries. We can make a world where we train people to help people, not shoot them and kill them. We can outlaw the military. There's no need for a military. Not if the people is thinking. If people can't work out their little frictions, then they're stupid. Right? The people running the world now are stupid. They're stupid. They're Neanderthal. People are police that just want to shoot somebody. For what? He threatened me. Threatened you? Even all the dumb police, the sheriffs and them spitting and the chewing tobacco police, they didn't shoot people just for, they used to be, if you jump, you know, when I grew up, you could fight police. You could actually fight police. It was normal. You just fought police. They knock you upside the head and eventually they're going to get back up. But people used to fight police, sometimes take their gun and all kinds of stuff. You could fight the police. Now the police are so well trained, in the prisons, they have a goon squad. They blow the whistle and the lieutenant blow the whistle, the goon squad come. They get a bunch of guys and they come running. We call them the goon squad. And I definitely fought the goon squad all the time. I did, and I double up, and you know what the dummies would do? They would hit each other more than they would me. Because they were just big bellies. They was not trained. They were just the goon squad to come down and then. Now, you ain't got the goon squad no more. You see them boys, I wouldn't even think about fighting them boys. Why? You throw a punch, they grab his hand. You kick at them, they grab the leg. Right that side, they grab the leg. And if you hit them, they got body armor on. They got face masks on. Man, I'm going to the hole. There's no sense in me fighting you. But the goon squad, that was fun. It was guys, me, Herman Brown, and all them guys. I haven't seen Herman Brown in 60 years. We used to fight the goon squad. We used to like it almost. And they would beat each other up. They'd be so mad. No, all you do is then double up, and they be beating each other, man. Now they train. Discipline. You just could shoot it out with police. You can't shoot it out with Bonnie and Clyde. They were shooting, remember? That wasn't lies. They could shoot it out with the police, especially before they got the car radios kind of cut them back after 1935 and all that, click a radio ahead. But before, if you robbed a bank and got 2 blocks away, you was gone. Because did nobody know where you went? They didn't know you robbed the bank. Didn't nobody, as soon as you run out of town, you home free. You take off your mask, shoot, you may ride back into town. You can do what you want. You can't do that now with video cameras. I'm just saying, the world we want to live in, we have to produce it. But we have to visualize that this is possible. They don't think you can live. They have so low an estimation of the human being because the business of shaitan, he's been doing good business. But I believe as a human being that if we work on the akal and taskiya bil nafs, they don't even have to know what it is, but a better world, we can do it. A good world. We can do it. That's all utopia means. It don't mean a paradise on earth. Utopia means a good place. Okay, so to us, words like As-Sabiqun, liberation movement, you know, those are realities for us. If we take D.C., it's not only things like, before when I came here sometimes and gave lectures, and after, there were a lot of Negro centers. In fact, except for Islamic Center, almost all of the Masjid were Negroes in D.C. And the immigrants had small centers, you know. If you go 40 years ago, they had a little house they used for Dar al-Hijra back in those days. They had little apartments. Things was kind of on a small basis. So they closed the Negro Masjid down and they told them, all of y'all come to the Islamic Center. I don't know if y'all remember that, but they said the Islamic Center is now in our hands. That was Mark Bag America and all of them. Mark Bag America is such a criminal. Last time I seen him, last February, a year ago, when I went out to one of the programs for the anniversary at their joint, they had it late. I'm not saying they was having it for me, but everybody there had a certain attitude. And the word was out about Imam Musa. He's not our friend anymore. They was acting like him. So guys were saying, you You gonna eat that salad, Imam Musa? I said, sure, I'm gonna eat it. They was playing with the brother. It's okay, it's okay. And that was when I was just getting back. It was in February, mid-February. I was just getting back function. I mean, it was, you remember my legs was swelling up? They was either still swollen or just going down. All of that. So it was clear that was the last time I've been out there. But what we try to do is this thing about kindness, optimism, humor. It's really a part of the characteristic of our movement. It has been for decades, but it's been stated clearly for well over 10 years. Mark Bar America, we had a meeting in Dar al-Hijra. We had a lot of meetings in those days in Dar al-Hijra. So I was there, and they said, we want to know why you haven't been coming to meetings. I said, well, your homeboy there, Jahari, is supposed to have been keeping us up on him. He hasn't been telling us. That was the last time I got physical with somebody. So I pop. Stuff, I said, y'all can freeze on that crap. You know what I mean? We ain't in. So Mark Bargamnica comes up to me, he put his hands on my, and he twists my collar. He said, he looked at me in the eye, we had big plans for you. I said, you don't take your hands off me. I'm going to do the same thing I did to homeboy. And he took him down. I said, you got big plans for me. You and who? You know what that means? I have to be the only one that escaped. That's what it looks like. Nobody escaped. Nobody escaped the gravity of the pull of this organizational United States of America, structured Islamic movements all around America. We had to be the only one that escaped the gravity. Where did everybody go? Something has happened. Where's Abdul Malik then? They're gone. What is he doing? They have a little masjid somewhere. I had to ask them to at least open a little center. Don't use all the information you got and now just go back to work for the white man, which they do. They go back to work. You watch the big-headed woman, her husband, the one Brother Tufel called Flip Wilson. Remember Flip Wilson? Flip Wilson, the big-headed woman, and Sister Biden, he and them. They all work for the government. If you want to know where they was here, they was there, then they was here, now they're back there. All of them, everybody. It ain't nobody doing what would be, everybody is tied to somebody else. They're tied to the people they tied to, and they have people hanging out the masjid and don't get nothing done. How is that? Okay, we don't want to stray, but we can't let the past control our future. Visioneering. We understand all that. But that's not going to hold us back. That's not going to prevent us from moving forward. That's not our litmus test. That's not our standard. That's not our ideal, right? That's not our expectation. That is a reality. They closed all the Masjid in the Negro neighborhood and then let them sit around the Islamic Center for a couple of months, then kicked them out. All by plan. So the Negro, when I came here, everybody was going to Masjid Muhammad for Juma, and they'd be mad. They would be mad. So-and-so said George Bush was an honorable man. I don't know if you're, but they would be mad over there. Right? But nobody was starting anything new, or nobody was developing anything, right? So therefore, since they were not developing anything new, they told everybody, you pray outside the masjid. But you got to remember, you can't build a community in the street. That was a plan. There's been a plan to destroy the Islamic movement in America ever since we've been here. But it has not affected us at all. Okay, we want to go back to, in the beginning, you make habits. In the end, habits make you. In other words, we train ourselves through our habitual behavior so that we don't even, habitual is stronger than right off the cuff, the mind in a way. Because habits is from training. And as a part of habitual behavior, like you educate people, but you train animals. And you also train fighters. Why you train them? Because you don't have time to think, right? You have got this pattern down so that you're reflecting. As soon as something happens, you boom, you move. Because if you don't, you'll be destroyed. So combat is something that calls for training. And that training is based on you, basically your habits, your conditioning, making you a success. So we've had decades of training. And we operate basically off that training. So a lot of things we do because it means something. If some of the guys here, I remember Big Idris asked me over there when everybody was leaving, he said, so everybody gone? I said, yeah, they moving fast. He said, is so-and-so still here? I said, yeah. So I already knew when he asked me about so-and-so, I already knew. That was clear. I already knew before that. But that was signed, sealed, and delivered. That had to have been not 30 years ago, but 27 or 28 years ago when the first crew was leaving. Remember that I came here by myself. Everybody in DC is a crew. So they hanging out, they doing whatever they do with each other because I am not technically from here.
Right. Actually, they used to say that.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things, I'm going to tell you, we had a meeting, I don't know if you remember, the Overhill Gang, that's what I call it. We had a meeting with the Overhill Gang, let's say 27, 28, about 27 years ago. On 8th Street, Abu Qasim was there, Munir was there, some of the friendly Negroes from out in Eaglesburg, and we had a meeting, and there was a, what would we like to do with Masjid al-Islam? Well, I don't need no imam to put in my pocket to do. I said, yeah. One of the guys said, yeah, you're not from here, no way. Said, people can't come here and take over D.C. Said, Jamaicans tried to come and take over D.C. And I said, boy, these boys here, maybe they missed the boat, maybe they don't understand what I'm talking about, but we didn't reach no conclusion. They didn't want to reach no conclusion. So we just kept right on moving. But through that endurance, see, each stage of the game, nobody thought we would endure to the next stage. Everybody that did what they did, they thought this is the last step. This is going to get him. That's what they was thinking. You could see it in their face. No, I ain't going nowhere. I said, if y'all martyr the brother, I'll leave. But other than that, you know. Can you imagine? You have to add it up. Not only our national movement, but here, how can you establish anything with trained people going around every day, all day, pulling people away? That's a miracle. They're pulling anybody that might be a benefit. That means that whoever's left behind that's who they are. They're supposed to be there. Okay? That's the way it is. That's just the law. There ain't nothing strange about that. But this is a new era. In the beginning, you make habits. In the end, habits make you. We have to have evolved habits during this period. Evolved means that you're training for each fight. Number 5, you got to do the training to stay there and get on up. Pretty soon, you the challenger.